few weeks
Are we
ago.
live?
Sorry about that. Back everybody. Sorry I'm about like. All right. All right. Today I have exclusive with Dr. Phil from Gabby's family. Exclusive also with Cassie Laundrie. Completely different from her and the protester. I think other. But before we get to all that, if you go to my page, look up in the banner, you have a few links and a new merchandise link. Click on this merch. I now have sweatshirts and a hat that you guys can now purchase. You guys think? Oh, at $5 got a woman reacting with news. Check me out, guys. And got sweatshirts. Because banner got. What should we do first?
That ABC News exclusive interview with Brian Laundrie's sister, who's speaking out as police hunt for her brother. And this morning, a new message from Gabby Petito's family as well. ABC's Victor Okendo is in Miami Beach, Florida with the very latest. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Michael. We have learned so much more about this case in the week since we last heard from Cassie Laundrie. It turns out she was also on that family camping trip that Brian took with his parents after he returned home without Gabby Petito. Cassie insists she still doesn't know where her brother is.
No, I do not know where Brian is. I'd turn him in.
Overnight, Cassie Laundrie attempting to set the record straight, speaking out for the first time since Gabby Petito's body was found and her brother Brian was reported missing. Later named a person of interest in Petito's murder and wanted by the FBI in a fraud investigation.
I really wish he had come to me first that day with the van because I don't think we'd be here. I worry about him. I hope he's okay. And then I'm angry and I don't know what to think. I would tell my brother to just come forward and get us out of this horrible mess.
And now detailing the last time she saw her brother.
The last time I physically saw it and the last time I physically spoke to my brother was on the 6th. I've tried to get in touch with him. Phone went to voicemail.
Cassie sharing this photo exclusively with ABC News, showing Brian and his 5-year-old nephew camping at Fort DeSoto Park with their parents 5 days before Gabby was reported missing.
We just went for a couple of hours and we ate dinner and had s'mores around the campfire and left. And there was nothing peculiar about it. There was no feeling of grand goodbye. There was nothing. I'm frustrated that in hindsight I didn't pick up on anything. It was just a regular visit.
By the time Gabby was found 13 days later, Brian had already vanished. The day Cassie learned of his disappearance, she says she immediately told investigators about that camping trip.
It was not hidden from law enforcement. I've been cooperating with the police since day one. I have been in touch with law enforcement.
And now she's calling on her parents to do the same.
Justice for Gabby would look like having someone come forward and tell the truth. I don't know if my parents are involved. I think if they are, then they should come clean.
Cassie says her brother has taken multiple trips for up to 5 days at a time on the Appalachian Trail, where multiple tips have been reported. And over the weekend, a possible sighting was reported to investigators along the nearly 2,200-mile trail near the Tennessee-North Carolina border.
I wasn't sure about what he looked like.
All right, guys. Ask you full questions. Out. I think Brian's watching news or any of Cassie's of Cassie's.
And then I went and parked and pulled up the photographs of him, and I'm 99.99% sure that was him.
Police have said they're factoring in Brian's reported skills living off the grid in their search for him, but Cassie says it's unusual for him to be gone for this long.
I'd say Brian's a mediocre survivalist. It wouldn't surprise me if he could last out there a very long time, but also I don't think anything would surprise me at this point. If the FBI finds him in Timbuktu, I'd be like, all right, well, that's where he was. I've got nothing. I hope my brother is alive because I want answers just as much as everybody else.
Is there something on your cheek here? Looks like, did you get hit in the face?
She says the body cam video
said it was pretty typical of them to argue and try and take space from each other, but people saying they saw public domestic violence, I've never seen anything like that from either of them.
Now she wonders if more could have been done.
I definitely feel like if they had all of the 911 calls from the multiple people they said, that I think that it would have gone a lot differently and we'd be in a different situation.
Cassie says she's
That's some great.
as concerned as she is for her brother. She is mourning for Gabby and wants her family to know her heart is with them.
I've been cooperating so that everyone gets answers. They deserve answers.
Gabby's parents sending a message to Brian on the Dr. Phil show.
We're about to see. The more he says it out loud, the more it's like, something. 11 days that band.
Stream out tremendously. I'd appreciate it. Like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications. It says here.
Yeah, I still don't understand this part. So Brian flew back, and then we flew from the west part of the United States to go home to Florida, and then from Florida back to Gabby 5 or 6 days later.
Can you please send me the explainer about the flight Brian took? Thanks. And the attorney responds, Brian flew home to Tampa from Salt Lake City on August 17 and returned to Salt Lake City on August 23rd to rejoin Gabby. To my knowledge, Brian and Gabby paid for the flights as they were sharing expenses. Like, is he laying that out for this whole credit card thing? Which that is a whole nother thing as well. But Brian flew home to obtain some items and empty and close the storage unit to save money as they contemplated extending the road trip. So in the middle of this trip, Brian flies back to Florida just to go to the store.
It's a live feed, watching the live feed, guys.
Storage unit.
He's got more updates. Shout out to Ick and Mel. I like this video.
Move this stuff to save money. Kind of weird. The other thing, let me play you this audio. It's kind of weird. Somebody sent me this today. I don't know how they got this, bro. I don't know where this came from, but apparently it's like the recent transactions. Let me play it.
Check recent activity. There's a total of 5 transactions. All of them have been posted to your account. Here they are. August 17th, a payment of $167.38. August 14th, $167.38 from Frontier Airlines. July 31st, a payment of $72.03. July 5th, $72.03 from Airbnb Payments. June 29th, a payment of $275.40.
Let me just play the beginning part again. So it starts from the more recent transaction. It goes back. I just want to
Check
hear.
recent activity. There's a total of 5 transactions. All of them have been posted to your account. Here they are. August 17th, a payment of $167.38.
I'm pretty sure if he gets over the Mexican border, he might be safe for a little bit.
So that lines up.
Maybe a little bit. Someone might round him up and just American border. Like $200K. He's not. I take my last statement back. They're rounding him up and bringing him back over for like the reward. 200K in Mexico?
What's up with the date here?
200K could buy you a house here in the United States.
Here, isn't that interesting, man? I got that email this morning, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" And they're like, "It's the recent transactions." So I listened to it and I pre-screened it before playing it here. I was like, maybe this is a troll. And yeah, it sounds like, I guess somebody, I don't know, the hackers out there, or maybe I haven't seen anybody post that anywhere. So it talks about the flight. How did Brian get out of here if there's all these people? Well, apparently there weren't all these people at the time, and especially if he left on Monday. And this is actually an extra day. Really, if you think about it, Brian had an extra day now. And this is a really good clip too, I think, because it just kind of gives you an idea of at that time what it looked like out there. You know, I don't think people were camping out there.
Sir, excuse me, sir, sir.
That's Brian Enton. I started to learn like a bunch of their names since I started this.
So you guys that have been here, you might remember we spoke about this on the Mustang timeline. So this kind of adds a little bit more information kind of to that timeline. So this was Tuesday, 7 p.m. and then Tuesday night. And again, Tuesday would be September 14, which is what we thought it was the day he left. Now they're saying September 13. So Tuesday night, this is what it looks like as well. Later that night. No Mustang. And then Wednesday. Okay. The Wednesday would be September 15. The vehicle's back. All right. So he had more time. He had a whole nother day than we originally thought. That's pretty significant. Let me get to the super chats, and then I'm gonna do.
Alrighty then, here I got something. Back in. Right. I did not mean to end that. But I also can't hear her roars. Supposedly watching this live. There she goes. But definitely having, I'm not sure if it's on my end or on their end themselves. I have no live chat to check it, so go down a different rabbit hole. We've I got the SNL play dog. Definitely gonna get copyrighted for this too.
You're watching Lucille.
Alright guys, getting late. Okay. Oh, what's a new section? 60 minutes with copyright faster. Copyright.
Here is JV Buno.
Have you felt like
Thing
they've
about
also
this
been
all,
on
not
this since the start?
have you
Me actually, this News Nation. I'm not tripping. There's no volume here. All right. This